that book that we talked about is up to you if you want to live what's on those pages or not. And you're right. That doesn't mean you're going to have a candy, beautiful life and you're going to be rich and, and you will never experience pain anymore. That's not true. The only reason why we come to earth is to be grown in the spirit by the Lord. That's why you have a corruptible body. You have a corruptible body so that you can experience pain, so that you can experience growth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Isn't it?
And I think it's important to realize that too, and I think a lot of people don't, or they think that, following Christ is sort of a, it's a hard thing to do. And so people don't want to do it, or they reject it. And it's like what you said, you fell away, I fell away. And the whole time it's like, no, I'm going to take the easy way out, And it's, it's all me and I'm doing all of this and everything. And God is just sitting there and he's just waiting for you. And he's waiting for you and waiting for you. And then finally you come back and he's like, all right, now follow me. And then as you do that, life gets better in different ways for sure. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, I truly remember him telling me through the Holy Spirit, are you done? Are you done playing life by yourself? And I'm like, Lord, I'm done. I'm ready to give it all. And that's the thing, you have to give it all. If you're halfway by yourself, halfway with the Lord, that doesn't work. That's called a lukewarm Christian, and that doesn't work. You have to give it all, because if you don't pick up that cross, and if you don't say, Lord, your will, not mine, and it's hard, it's very hard. To kill the flesh is the hardest thing. I'm in that process still. I haven't killed my flesh 100%. I still get upset when a business deal falls through. I still get upset if I lose money 1 month, right?
Yep.
And then the Lord shows me, look, I'm giving you a beautiful life. Why are you worrying? You're saying that you're trusting me to do my will in your life. So then when I do it, why do you complain? Because I'm killing my flesh. And he understands because I'm human. But you're right. The battles that we as Christians fight are the hardest battles, because we actually are renouncing to the world. We're renouncing to the things of the flesh. And guess what? Your body is made for the things of the world. Your body is made out of flesh. So it's trying to get almost like a wild horse to obey to its master. That's how I feel the Christian life is. But once you obey, once you, by your own consciousness, you decide to give your life to the Lord, you get this peace that transcends all understanding. And Kevin, it's been, it's going to be more than 2 years already when I came back to my faith. And I tell you one thing, I have never been in more peace in my life. But I also have never had the hardest time that I'm having. But compared to the hardest times that I was having away from the Lord, is nothing.
Yeah.
Because when you're by yourself and you trust only in yourself, you're drowned. You feel like you're drowning and nobody can save you. Nobody is for you. But once you are in the Lord, you know that God is there holding you. And the Lord also said, come to me, all the ones that are tired, and pick up, my yoke and my cross, because my yoke is easy and my cross is light. So even though it might look like it's hard, is the right way, because the other way, I experienced it for over 25 years where I was away from the Lord, and that's the hardest life. That's the life that leads people to suicide, to have drug addictions. It's the life that there's never enough, and you are never enough. That's the life of lack.
Well, and like you had mentioned too, you said you were walking life alone, and even though now in the last couple of years, things get a little harder in some way, but it's like, hey, at least you can know that you're not walking that life alone. You're not on your own anymore. You have Christ in your life, and that's who you're following, right? And so it's funny, I sometimes almost jokingly in my head, I think of Jesus as like my business partner, right? And I'm like, when I pray and I'm like, okay, this is your company, what do you want me to do? I'll do what you want. I was on a mini pilgrimage a couple weeks ago to the Shrine of Our Lady in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And we kind of hike up this mountain, and there's a church at the top, and it's great. So I'm sitting in mass and I'm praying, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, what, revenue takes a dip, or like, hey, the future, like, I don't know, I need more, I need, my sales are, not as good as they should be, or whatever it might be. And all of a sudden, out of the top of the church, through some stained glass, comes this bright light, and it shines only on me. It shines only on me. And it's like, and so much, David, I'm not even kidding you, so much so that my friend who was sitting behind me took a picture of it because he
Wow.
saw it too. And I was like, what does this mean, Lord? What does this mean? Right. And it's like, so you still have those kind of those moments, and it's like, you know, that's God telling me like, hey, I'm with you here, you know. And it's sometimes even after an experience like that, it can be hard because I'm like, okay, well, I'm stupid by nature. I'm stupid compared to God, right? So it's like, you shine that light. What does that mean? You have to tell me. I need it written out for me, right? That it's never going to be that easy. So it's like, you know, you got to sit in prayer, reflect on that, and see where it takes you, you know. But just just go ahead.
So now I know how you decided to open a business during COVID. It's amazing, and congratulations, because you are trying to follow the Lord's path, the Lord's guide, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you know, opening during COVID was it was a blessing and a curse, right? So it was hard because everybody was obviously a little bit reluctant to do anything with their business, right? Our industry happened to flourish and do really well just because there were a lot of technology needs around that. However, you know, starting a business that was tough, right? And but I really felt that I was being guided the whole time, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? There's definitely times where it's like, no, you have to fight through this. You got to fight this battle and get the company up and running. And then it's like, company gets to a point where I'm getting a little like, you know, okay, I want to grow even more. So I grow through acquisition, you know, and it's just, you take those small steps every day, even though, you know, some people might say it's crazy to open a business during COVID. And I'm like, no, this is the best time, because hopefully this is never going to be a harder struggle than that, right? So if you're going to do something, you might as well do it all the way and do it when it's hard.
And you know what, Kevin, also, you had a great advantage. A lot of companies went out of business during COVID.
Yeah.
So your competition was less because they were afraid and didn't know what to do. If you look at the Fortune 100 companies, most of them were founded in Great Depressions or recessions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, that's a great point. I didn't know that. Yeah.
What hard situations in life does, in business life, is it cleanses all the businesses that are too fat, that they don't deserve to be in business. And that's why I love the free markets, and that's also part of Christianity. If you look at the 10 Commandments, Kevin, it's implied in the 10 Commandments that we have the right to own property. And if we have the right to own property, you're talking about capitalism.
Yep.
Because in communism, the state owns everything. You own nothing. That's what the World Economic Forum is saying. By 2030, you will own nothing. I'll be happy. Yeah. And that's the hardest lie, the most horrible lie that anybody can tell you. And it's because of this. Just look at this. Just how the market cleanses itself out. If government doesn't interfere too much into business, the free markets just by themselves, right? And it's the invisible hand of God supplying, just that supply and demand. It's a miracle just to see how everything happens without anybody controlling it. When humankind try to control it, with the government tries to control economies, that's when they collapse.
Well, I'll tell you right now, David, it's going to be the Christian business owners who are the ones that push back against that the most. And those are the people that we need to prop up, and we need to support each other and keep fighting that fight. You had mentioned communism and you know, World Economic Forum and that kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, look back in the day, and it's like it was Christians who started to push back mostly on communism, you know, and kind of drive that out. And it's like, no, it's because we as Christians, as you said, we can own property, we can all of that kind of stuff. And it's mostly going to be on us to be the ones that push back against those agendas.
And you know what, Kevin, we will have the victory. Yeah. Because two countries, I live in Canada, you live in the USA, but these two countries were founded based on the 10 Commandments. They are Christian countries by nature.
Yes.
Especially the USA, the founding fathers, they made a covenant with the Most High God. That's why you have on the dollar bills in God we trust, because it was founded by Christians. So that covenant, yes, we may go through trials and tribulations trying to fight this battle, but we will eventually be successful because the Lord is the one who's in control at the end of the day. Isn't it?
Anyone who tells you that the United States of America is not founded on Christian values is wrong.
Well, they don't know anything about history.
Correct.